Hi Cancer, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with a timeless reading. The first cards that we have out are Nine of Cups and Three of Swords. And Six of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Nine of Cups generally is a card that speaks about what we want, what we are hoping for, what we desire, what we feel a sense of gratitude for. Having Three of Swords is a card that can be connected with like pain, suffering, in some way. It can be mental, it can be emotional, it can be something that we feel caught up within, something that feels difficult to move through. I clarified the Three of Swords and I'm seeing it be connected with the Devil, so I actually see this as like some type of correction that's in the process of happening. So this feels like because of some type of separation, like from yourself, it feels like the Three of Swords is there, which can actually be something that's like bringing you back to yourself here. You know, like this can be a way that you were maybe caught up within something and now coming back. And that Six of Wands is a card that's connected with success. It's connected with triumph. And also too, when we have Nine of Cups, it does speak about being in a place that we feel grateful to be within, connecting in a way that we feel grateful to connect. And having that Three of Swords can mean that we're working through something that can simultaneously feel challenged to work through. It can be like, okay, yes, I have what I want, and also at the same time, there's something going on that I'm working through that doesn't feel easy. Or it can be like, I'm feeling really deeply grateful right now, and I'm also recognizing this wound that I have that I'm tending to, this like pain, this suffering of some sort. Having Three of Swords be connected with the Devil, I feel like whatever this experience is that you've been having, it's connected with something that you are currently healing from, and it's like something that's not necessary to be there. And so you going through a process right now, it feels like it's actually correcting this. And then having that Six of Wands there shows you overcoming something that's felt challenging to work through. This can be like the pain of some type of attachment of something that is not ultimately, and working through that. This can be too when we recognize what our heart is really telling us. That can be different than maybe what we were thinking before too. You know, like Nine of Cups can be a point where you really are reading your heart and really understanding what it's saying, and you can feel very grateful for that sense of connection that you have with yourself. That Three of Swords can be sort of the other side of this, and this can be painful for some reason, or it can feel difficult. It can feel difficult for some reason, but then having that Six of Wands shows like something about this being triumphant. I am seeing Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about not settling. Eight of Cups is about the bigger picture. Knowing when your time is done somewhere with something and when it's time to move forward. And I'm seeing Judgment be there, so there can be a much closer look that you're taking at this. And then having the Emperor, I'd say that this has to do with something actually quite big and quite important. This can be a truth of what you want within a relationship, and there can also be just relationship stuff in general that's being worked with. It feels like a new chapter that can feel like the pain is right there. I'm seeing Three of Swords be above the Ace of Pentacles, and so this can mean that even though technically it's a new chapter, it can feel as well like there's something painful that's being dealt with. That's still being dealt with, that's still being felt, that may even still be being held on to. Yeah. This looks like it happened between you and another person. What this means too is that, for example, it can be something that happened with you and another person, and maybe rather than being able to move through it, something that was happening before was that there was like a not forgiving, or like a holding on, or not releasing it. So it's like keeping everything in a state of pain. That Eight of Cups feels like recognizing that that's not one's deeper truth here, and not going to sort of bring the deeper connection that one is looking for. And so recognizing that this is not really a cycle that one wants to maintain anymore, and making a transition out of that. Moving to a place of letting go. So I can read this two different ways. That doesn't mean that this can only be two different ways. This is just what's immediately coming out to me. So let's say this, maybe something happened between you and another person, and there can be a, like, maybe they don't want to let it go and they don't want to move past it, or they could be saying that they are, but then they're not, you know? So it feels like it's not allowing things to progress. It's not allowing for the wound to heal. It keeps being brought back up. Eight of Cups can be saying, like, I don't want to be part of this anymore. It feels like it's not progressive anymore. I'm not really getting what I need either, and this isn't really something that I want to be a part of anymore. So there can actually be a transition out of this to, like, this is the realization that I'm making, because I really want a deep, profound sense of connection. And if this person right now wants to be holding on to things in a place of pain that's not being worked through and not being released, because we have Four of Pentacles here. So this isn't just like, this can be being overdone a bit, where whatever was happening with the Three of Swords could have, like, sure been something difficult that happened with you and the other person, but having that Four of Pentacles can be not letting this go. And so there can be this feeling of, like, I want to be able to connect. I want to be able to progress. I want it to be more than just pain between myself and this person. Like, I'm looking to really connect on a deeper level, and this is not allowing that to happen, because, like, trying to connect is like getting pushed away, like things being brought back up again. And you can say that that's not really going to allow you to have the experience that you want, and it can be something where it's not really allowing for that deeper connection and that deeper fulfillment and satisfaction that you're looking for. And this can be something that you're going to retire from. And then moving in the direction of Seven of Pentacles and the Emperor can say, like, I'm thinking about the investment of my life as a whole. I'm thinking about the types of mature relationships that I want to be having, ones that feel supportive, ones that feel grown up to me, ones that feel mature, ones that are resilient and able to move through things like this. The relationship isn't reflective of that for me, and now I need to do what I need to do here, because relationships are an investment of mine, and I don't want to keep investing my energy into this if it's just that same old thing over and over again. There's no moving through it. There's no growing for it. It just feels very stunted. So that can be happening. Another way that this can be too is recognizing that something happened with you and this person, recognizing where there was a holding on to that. And this can be you saying, like, I don't want to do that anymore. And maybe this is going to be a time where things can change between you and this person, where there is truly finally a release of whatever painful thing this is. So rather than continuously holding on to it and not allowing it to heal, this can be a choice being made of, I don't want to be doing that anymore. I want to allow this to heal. And that's what I want to be doing here. So for some of you, this can mean, like, exiting the relationship entirely. For some of you, this can be staying within the relationship if it's going to allow healing, if healing is possible to happen within it. And for some of you too, you can say, like, if healing is possible, I'll be here. But if that's not, then I need to do what I need to do here so things can continue moving. So those are the options as far as what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing too something about like possibly even feelings that had been being held back. something that was not being communicated. Yeah. So 9 of Cups and 2 of Cups, this is about being like, a relationship is a relationship. I want to make sure that what I'm connecting with is the 2 of Cups at the end of the day, which feels a bit more intimate and a bit in higher resonance with you than would be like just any relationship. And so there can be looking at that, looking at what's going on with you and this person, and ultimately choosing what's going to allow you to feel at home with yourself in a relationship that's going to be reflective of this. Is this reflective of that? Is this something that's keeping you in a place of pain and agony or suffering or conflict with yourself? Or is this something where the relationship can grow through that, and you can feel like you're investing in your relationship with yourself in a way that feels cohesive, and then also with this person? So it feels very much like recognizing what's possible within this situation, what's not possible. Because if you're dealing with another person, you know, part of this is going to be up to them. And if they're in a place where there's not a movement through this, and it's just like held onto in a way where nothing can change, nothing can evolve, nothing can heal, then a decision can be made. So it feels like looking into everybody, how they're feeling about things, what one wants to happen, and then moving from there. More than anything, I feel like the most important thing here is to know that deeper connection is desired, and assessing this situation to ask, like, is this something that can happen in this situation, or do I need to recognize that this person is not in that place, and then I need to do what's appropriate here for me given my recognition of that, of the reality of this situation. For others of you, you can be looking at your own stuff and being like, I've been holding on to this and I haven't been allowing things to progress, and I don't want to be doing that anymore. I want to feel that deeper sense of connection. And so I need to figure out a way to work through this then. That can also be an option here. So this is definitely a checking in with you and yourself and what you want, and feeling like things are on track in the way that you want them to be, rather than feeling like things are stagnant or regressive. And so this feels like a big checking in that's connected with that. And making sure that you're being candid about the way that you feel, and making moves that are honoring how you feel as well. Okay. We have Aries and Gemini here, and Pluto. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.